Just to orientate myself, I just want to ask one question. Are SCORM and Tin Can dead?
It might be helpful to describe what those things are.
So SCORM is an old model of data. SCORM is an old model of data collection, probably going back, what, 20 years now, developed from the Department of Defense in the US. And it's basically used often in corporate environments for compliance training because they're interested in whether employees have completed training or not. And the emerging one was Tin Can, which was meant to replace SCORM, which may be what you guys use to track data, but I'm just wondering if it's just stillborn.
So, and you want to answer? Do you work with?
Oh, well, my answer about SCORM was I hope so. I think probably you're going to have a better answer because you're working in the corporate environments. You know, within higher ed, we're actually not necessarily dealing with that so much. We kind of have different things going on.
Personally, I don't think it's dead. It's very much touted as, if you look at some of the resources and software available to organizations, a big selling point is their ability to say, oh, we're Tin Can X API compliant. That being said, I personally don't work in that space right now because all of the systems and products that we use within our organization we developed in-house. So we're able to just collect the data the way we want to collect it. So I don't, it's kind of a big question. I think it really depends on where you're at. If you're looking at like a Fortune 1000 who's probably still using Captivate or Articulate Storyline or whatever big software they're using to develop their in-house PD, they're probably still looking at the data that's XAPI. But if you look at some of the more nuanced startups who have come to surface with a specific goal of collecting data and looking at data, they probably have their own approach. So I don't know.
And there's other various movements. There's some open learning analytics infrastructure and data interoperability standards that are also being explored. So
Morph.
Yeah, I would say that I agree with everything Chad said, but I also think, you know, come back in 5 years and the situation will be more clear. As Chad mentioned, it's very much a contested space right now, and so I think it can be pretty hard to predict what's going to win out because it's not just based on its technical prowess, but it's based on the social context of, is it picked up by companies and for whom, right? Things that become the industry standard. Sometimes it's because they're the best, and sometimes it's just because they get a critical mass. And so it's much harder to kind of make statements about what the future will look like. Yes, that's okay. Pretty much the situation.
Okay. Yeah.